After spending the night before riding out to the North Cape Plateau in 8 degrees and freezing winds, we pitched our tent at this rest place about an hour further south. The wind did not let up and kept us awake a large portion of the night, but at least we woke up to another day of sunshine. Being somewhat sleep deprived, we made the call to take it easy this day. So we packed up and made our way just a couple hours south to Lakselv. The wind here was gentler and the air a whole lot warmer, perfect to recharge before we take on the last couple of days of our journey to the far east of Norway. Fisker der, da. Incoming.
Dæven, man beit meg så mye, guys.
Good morning from the local grocery store where we've been sitting the past half hour or something, having breakfast. I woke up at 5:30 this morning from my tent, absolutely boiling from the sun.
I was a little bit longer, and we just discussed it. The funny thing is that I'm fine until I'm kind of get boiled.
And then it was just...
This we saw on the motorcycles when we started, it was 27 degrees.
Yeah.
And
that was 7:30 in the morning.
I was starting.
They're probably laughing at us like, oh, what the fuck, 25 degrees, that's not more, but we're not used to it. We're not used to it.
25 degrees is no problem when you ride, but when you stop and film all the time, on and off the bike, on and off the helmet.
Running back and forth, putting up the cameras, and it's just...
But the worst thing, without doubt, is putting up and down camp in this tent. With all the mosquitoes as well, and if it's not a lot of wind, holy...
I'm sure you can relate with the flies like in your face. And it is what it is. We made a plan for today. We're gonna head staying positive. We're gonna head towards Tana. That's the plan. We are now in Lakselv, and we're gonna do the northern route towards Tana, not the E6. I've done the E6 before, and not this part at least.
Yeah, same for me, I think. Yeah.
So there's a few points there we want to stop and check out. There's a canyon, among other things.
Yeah, there's canyon, and there is a really famous beach. I just got a tip on YouTube. I think it's the Norwegian longest sandy beach, and it's 8 kilometers long or something.
Holy shit! Okay.
And there was one.
Maybe we can stop and swim in the ocean. We're gonna have ice cream today. Yeah.
You were in the ocean yesterday, weren't you?
I were, but just like after.
Yeah. How was the temperature?
It was surprisingly good. You agreed?
Sure.
It was surprisingly good.
Yes, that's the way it is. All right, come on, let's go.
All right, let's pack up.
Blah.
And before we're leaving, we're greeted by the reindeers at the general store. Hi. Are you out shopping too? Right. 25 degrees in the shadow where we're sat. Can't really complain. We could have 8 degrees with wind and rain, so this is a better option. idea what this is, but we've got a good tip that this was worth a stop, so this is a good spot.
It's getting hot. 28 degrees, yes. Ah.
Come on, ketchup. How are you thriving in the heat?
It's actually quite nice now when we got a little bit of breeze, but I hope it's not a long walk because then we're gonna be wet.
Hansen is gonna be loco.
Oh,
More loco. He's vlogging. Look at that. I'm so proud of him. This is Silfar Canyon. Carved by the last ice age, this gorge runs for 6 kilometers and drops 80 meters deep at its peak. It is part of Børselva, one of the best salmon rivers in the region. But what makes it special is the water. Filtering through dolomite rocks, it turns a stunning, clear green in the sunlight. Look at that water. It's kind of tempting to get in. Person issues getting stung by mosquitoes on the top of your head.
in the middle of the... Oh, that's gonna be an annoyance in the helmet.
Right. Whew. Let's get some air. Are you ready? The Terminator?
Sure. You run first. Oh.
Oh. Yes.
Holy crap! My kahunas are getting warm.
That's more than I needed to know. Thank you. Continuing east, we spotted a gravel road leading up to what looked like a great viewpoint. So we decided to check it out, or try to, at least. It turned out to be a little bit steeper than expected, and choosing the wrong line on my way up. I'm down.
Okay.
I went down instead. You know, I've had to admit to myself a few times on this trip that there are some real advantages to not riding alone. It's not just a matter of safety. In situations like these, it's also about saving yourself a whole lot of hassle and cursing. Yeah, this duo travel stuff might actually be onto something. Hold on. We need a... Steve told us one thing. If you fall down, you have to make a selfie.
Okay, 1, 2.
Oh, I feel this is going to come over me.
Oh no, I have the weight of it.
Okay.
Did you hurt yourself?
I think. Huh?
Did you hurt yourself?
No.
We're good?
No, I just
Okay.
tipped over. Pretty much.
Okay, very good.
Fucking roll. Yes. Done. All good? time for ice cream. Yeah.
So now we are at a small place called
Kunes?
Huh?
Kunes?
Kunes, and just outside a local grocery store, getting some cold to drink and an ice cream, because it's 28, 29 degrees, and the warmth up here is intense, and the bugs are getting more and more intense every time we stop. We found this little place in the shade. And yeah, we're gonna continue over some flat mountains towards Ifjord before we continue our trip towards Tana. So far it's been really nice. We found a gravel road where Runa was unlucky and tipped over, and I was yelled at by a Sami guy who thought I was police monitoring him with the drone. And as soon as he found out I was a filmmaker or content creator and only on motorcycle vacation, it was okay, just go. I'm really curious what he was hiding though.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just take it slow, make sure to fill up, eat and drink a lot. So we, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Up and onwards. Ah.
Can you see them?
Ah. Okay, let's go before I'm getting insane.
Smell of the ocean. We have passed Tana. It's 6 o'clock. We've had something to eat, and we are now on the lookout for a campsite. There is a beach we want to check out further up here. I think it's one of the longest beaches in Northern Europe or something. Hopefully we can camp somewhere along there. Otherwise we'll just see. It was so hot until about 30 minutes ago, and all of a sudden the temperature dropped like almost 10 degrees, and now it's 19 degrees.
It's almost like the wind turned and then it just dropped.
Yeah, could be the wind that turned.
after about 40 minutes, we arrived at Høyholmen in Tana Nature Reserve, one of the few large untouched river deltas left in Europe. It's also part of Norway's longest continuous sandy beach, stretching a total of 7 kilometers. But the area is arguably most famous for its wildlife. It's a crucial gathering spot for many different birds, especially gooseanders, with up to 30,000 of them flocking here through the summer and autumn. As Høyholmen was a part of a nature reserve, wild camping there was not an option, so we made our way back to Tana and found a nice spot at the rest place next to Tana Bridge.
What was supposed to be a nice and sunny evening, enjoying some cold drinks to cool us down, ended up with a rather chilly evening where we have something warm to warm us up.
Yeah. And it's really fascinating to see how fast the weather changed. We came into Tana with approximately 28 degrees.
Yeah.
And we stopped in this shadow just to get away from the heat.
Yeah.
And went in, got something to eat, and when we started to eat, we saw on the flags right out at the store that the wind shifted, and then 10 degrees just dropped.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And now it's like 13, 14 degrees or something?
Yeah. And you don't need a puffer jacket, but a puffer jacket is really easy to regulate the temperature. So even if it's a little bit hotter, the puffer jacket doesn't heat you up in the same way as other clothes.
It's actually been very nice to bring.
Yeah.
Anyway, want to do a toast for today?
Yeah, today has been a fantastic day.
It is.
And thank you so much. I don't remember the name of the guy who told us to go out to the
beach. Høyholmen.
We
checked it like twice already.
Cut this out. It's Høyholmen.
Høyholmen Beach. Yeah, that was what a nice ending to the day.
Yeah, and with that light from the sun, evening sun,
and the fog kind of coming in there, it was very nice.
Oh, what a day! Yeah.
In general, the things that I've seen in Finnmark today, I didn't know exist. I didn't know Finnmark was like this. So cheers for Finnmark.
Yeah.
Cheers for a good day.
Good day.
And cheers for tomorrow. Another good day.
Oh. I really don't want to tell what I'm drinking because I have a reputation to take care of.
It's a girly drink.
It is, and it's called Crush, and it's cloudy mango and passion. But it's
very fresh. It's like a summer drink. It would have been very nice if it was still very hot.
Yeah, it's really good fat actually.
Nice having a long day like this.
Yeah. And thankfully we had an early day because there was so much to see, and the old road that we took, not the E6 or the regular route, we took over kind of like a small mountain pass.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I never thought it would be this beautiful in this area of the.
And the small parts we're catching on video, it's so much more than that. It's no.
Do you remember when we stopped for the drone shot around that corner, and I was setting up the camera for the hill with the bands, and there was that heart-shaped lake, and it was that
so many things like
we need to stop here. We need to stop. It was everywhere.
Every corner was like we need to put up the drone, but at the end it was like we can't stop.
Thankfully, there are so many nature reserves in the area, so you can't. So you just skip it. So
they restrict us a little bit.
But I do think that is part of the fun as well. We can only show part of what we capture as great moments,
Yeah.
but to get up here yourself and experience it on your own with nice weather, it is absolutely recommended.
This is just a teaser. A small taste of what's actually hiding up here.
I'm blown away. And I've been to Tana before. I actually camped on a campsite not far from here. And I thought it was kind of only the bridge. I remember I took a picture of the bridge. And just to know that I skipped that part, I didn't know it existed again.
The beach and yeah, me neither. I was here as well 4 years ago. I had no idea.
Crazy.
No idea.
Crazy.
But, now we're here. We've seen it. We know it's there. We can recommend it.
There's gonna be a huge GPX file available
Yes.
from this trip in the end.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
For today. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
And see you tomorrow.